Welcome back, Leah. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy to see you here. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, well, I'm really happy you're back for, the third time. Just to remind you this, as we agreed in the beginning, we would have our last session after meeting 3 times. I just want to check in with you, since it's been 2 weeks, just to see how you've been doing with everything.
Everything's good. Recently my grandma passed away.
I'm very sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, it was something that we all kind of knew was coming. So it was my dad's mom, and in a way, it brought us kind of a little bit closer together. So it's obviously not a happy thing, but since it was coming and she was 92, I think it was just something that kind of lightened up my worries, at least, about our communication. I don't know about my dad, but
could you elaborate a little bit more and tell me a little bit what you mean with lightening up a little bit more with communication to you and your father?
Well, I don't, talking to him, obviously, he's not as emotional he's very emotional, but he's not as vocal, or he doesn't show it as much as my mom. I think I've mentioned that before, but, when he was going through that, I was just able to kind of set aside my worry. Oh, am I saying the right thing? Am I doing everything? I wasn't worried about how I was acting towards him. I was just there, and I don't know. Not that I guess lightening up, it wasn't the right word, but it made me not so concerned about talking to him.
So it's sounding to me that you felt a little less pressured to communicate with him from this unfortunate event of your grandmother's passing.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a different kind of pressure too. It's a sensitive topic, but we're all going through it, I guess. Him more so than the rest of us, because it's his mother. He's been with her his whole life. But it was just something we were all in it together, so we're able to relate in that way, which is terrible. Not that I want a death to make us relate, but it's true. So yeah.
And having, going off of what you're saying, and having this somewhat improved relationship with your father recently, how does that make you feel with communicating with him? I know you just mentioned, less pressured, but for what you're telling me, it sounds like you feel a little closer now.
Yeah, definitely. And it just makes me want to be all the more closer to him. I mean, communication was my main concern coming in here.
Right.
So, I don't know. Speaking up, I don't know so much how far I've gotten with it, but it's definitely coming here's definitely made me realize that I want to be closer with my dad, relate in more things, and I think we will.
I believe you will.
Yeah.
That's, again, why we're definitely trying to work on this, and I do have some goals in mind for you to hopefully help you improve the communication and interaction you have with your father. Hopefully it can work in the long run, just some suggestions, again, from what we talked about last time with your communication and relationship interaction with your family, particularly with your father. Going off of how you're feeling currently, hopefully this might help you feel a little more confident to be able to try this out. So what I had in mind for you, one of the goals is to set some time to visit him. It could be maybe at most twice a week. It could be in a public place, a place you find in common with your father that you both like. Or if not, you can go somewhere, where you could grab coffee, or, a restaurant, a beach even.
Yeah, we both love all three of those things. So.
Well, that's good. You have more opportunities now to find, a nice common place to meet up. So with that, the reason I'm suggesting maybe a public place to, just to hang out with him is to avoid possible tension with your father, in the sense that if there comes to a point in the conversation where you might disagree with him or he might disagree with you, there won't be any bias feeling, in a sense where if you're in his house, for example, he feels a lot more confident to speak his mind, whereas you're the guest, so you might not feel secure, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think if there ever like I said, we've never gotten to that point where we've outright disagreed with each other, because, I mean, more so, he's very much like me. Like, I don't think he'll confront so easily as, like, me. Like, I don't confront so easily, so we both wind up just kind of, like, dancing around the topic. So, I don't really know how that would pan out.
Well, it's a good thing you brought that up, because I have another part of the goal too.
Okay.
If that happens,
yeah.
In the event that you feel stumped, if that's a proper term to use, where you feel like you both neither you don't know what to say, or for you in particular, you feel hesitant to speak your mind. Again, just reflecting and remembering what we spoke about with your family and about your older brother, who, how you felt he was more confident and outgoing or outspoken. And perhaps, those times when you talk to him, maybe you could call him after hanging out with your father and just ask for some advice on how he, approaches your dad in conversation, for when they both have a disagreement. And just kind of take his suggestions and maybe try them out if you feel comfortable to do that.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Him and my dad get along a lot. I mean, I think he's very much like my dad in a lot of ways. Personality-wise. So.
And that could help you. As you just mentioned, they have, more of a bond.
Yeah, they do. Definitely.
With their personalities, just like how you and your mother are a lot closer. So perhaps, you could, again, just hear him out, just to hear how he communicates with your father. And also part of this goal, I do ask, after you meet with your father, I suggest to perhaps reflect on your own feelings of how it went. Maybe take 10, at most 20 minutes, just to write down all that you felt, what happened, what you both talked about, how it made you feel. Would that be something you might be interested in trying out?
Yeah, definitely.
A little bit?
Yeah, I think so.
To do that and just...
Yeah, I've never tried writing it down before.
Yeah, in our practice, sometimes it helps some clients to reflect in that way, just being able to express themselves, and with that can help ease whatever confusion or feelings that might be constricted, to let out a little bit, to help understand and take a step back from the situation a bit. But with these goals, I just want to see, how your family's doing, your mom, how are they, and your brother, how are they doing?
Everyone's good. With everything that went on recently, with my grandma, I feel like we've spent more time together than we have in a while, and it's been nice, like my mom and my dad included, like all of us together, which they've never been shy to like contact each other or anything, but it was just different because, you know, like we felt like a full family again, so it was nice.
So
Over a bad circumstance, but it was still like nice to afterwards still keep that, and I feel like my brother's been a lot more there for my parents and just always going a little bit more out of his way than usual. And besides that, I mean, things have been going pretty good recently.
yeah. I'm happy to hear that. You know, just mentioning how you feel like a full family. How does that make you feel after that event? How does that impact today with your social life and other responsibilities today in terms of interactions?
Right. After that happened, I feel very much like whenever something like that happens, when there's a death in the family, when there's sickness, anything like that, it really like puts into perspective really like what am I worrying about when there's like these other things to worry about. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I've been more confident recently, I feel like. I've been speaking my mind more. But also, I don't feel like... I don't know why. I used to feel worse. I used to feel bad about speaking my mind. And now it's like, why do I feel bad about it? Like, I don't know. I always, like, sometimes I'll take a step back and be like, why do I feel bad about this? Like, this is what I need. So then I go ahead and do it, and then no one else feels bad about it, so why am I feeling bad about it? So it's like, I don't know. I definitely think I've gotten a little bit more confident in that way. So.
I do see it, though. I honestly can say, from these past few sessions of meeting with you, you definitely have improved a lot with, being more outspoken, more confident, mm-hmm. and secure with, voicing your beliefs and thoughts. And it sounds to me that from this event, as unfortunate as it is, it has helped you improve with your confidence and communication with your family a bit better, as well as other people that are in your life. Yeah. It sounds to me. Thanks. Of course. No, I'm very happy to see this progress and see you growing, and it warms me to see this.
Thank you.
So you don't.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. No, it's nice to see a positive mm-hmm. outcome from all of this. That's all we could try to do. From sad events is to try to see the positive. And I'm happy to see that that's what you're trying to do, and to help again with your concerns at the moment. Mm-hmm. So, is there anything that might be bothering you lately, in particular, while we have this moment together?
Honestly, nothing that I can really think of. I mean, I'm sure there's a million things that bother me throughout the day, but nothing that I can do about it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Pretty much all I got today.
Well, no,
which is, I guess, good.
That's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
It's again, what I'm here for, and in the future, if you ever feel like there's anything that sprung up and feel like you need someone to talk to again, I'm always here for you.
Thank you.
Of course. And hopefully, you do take my suggestions in mind and try to apply it to,
No, I definitely will.
And so
Yeah, it just would be helpful.
Again, I'm very glad to have worked with you for
Thank
these past few
you. Me
sessions.
too. Thank you for having me. I definitely will stop by.
Even just to say hello,
Sometimes,
of
yeah.
course. Well, it's such a pleasure having you
It was
here.
great to meet you too.
It was great meeting you too. Have a great
Thank you.
time.